Hello, guys. This is the first time, the very first time that I make this kind of sessions. I mean, these virtual sessions on Zoom for you to present to you and introduce you professional people, to introduce you people from other countries and people that are really dedicated to their fields, to different fields like sciences and like I mean, they work on different platforms like YouTube, X, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. And this time I'm really honored because I met a dear friend from from Instagram. I mean, I have seen his work. I have seen his work and his reels from his trips for his trips on Asia, and I want him to be with us and tell us about his trips, about his expectations on the job site. I mean, on job opportunities, and to hear about his vision of life and cultures. So I have for this session my dear friend Gal Hefer. I think I don't know if I say your last name, if I say your last name correctly, Hefer or Efer.
Hefer. Hefer is good.
Okay, Hefer from Israel.
Yeah.
Really amazing, but for me, it's really amazing to connect with people that are not from my country. I mean, and to talk with them in English. And I mean, I know that people can understand also Spanish, but I'm not focusing this time on the Spanish version, but I have the Spanish version from Talk of Coco. This is the YouTube channel Talk of Coco, and it's the same. It's the same version and emission like in the Spanish version, but they speak to me in Spanish. So this time I want God to talk with us about his trips. So God, tell me about your last trips to Asia because I saw your Instagram and I was really like interested, very curious about your adventures over there.
Okay, sure. First of all, I'm not an Instagram influencer. I am a YouTuber who also promotes his stuff with Instagram. My main platform is YouTube. I produce over there my journey. And about the journey, it was quite crazy. I've actually, in the last couple of years, have been contemplating of going to a different culture because I'm so used to the culture of Israel, the culture of the West, that I wanted to go to somewhere new. To like even now in today day and age, everyone know about the war and the conflict. To let go of the Jews, no Muslims in South America to go where you are, or Asia, and some spiritual curiosity called me to go to Asia. And what is not what could not be a better country to go in Asia if you want to go for a spiritual place than India? And this was the first location that I've been at. I've been in India for 3 months, and it was quite a journey. I've traveled alone over there, which was nice. It gives a whole other layer of wonder and adventure and wonderful fruits that you can take from the world if you go and discover and alone by yourself into the adventure. Uh, so I went with the goal, just make it as short even as possible. I went to this adventure with the goal of better understanding myself as Gal, oh, better understanding myself as Gal, better understanding myself as a human being. And I have to say that coming back from this trip do put your life into a whole different perspective because just for an example, I come from a place that the minimum wage right now is around, let's say, $2,000 a month. In India, I met people that make $50 a month. 50. The comparison is crazy. And it puts your life into a perspective if you ever feel like you've got it in a hard way. Now more fulfilled than you can be sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, I see your point of view about this, and but I mean, exploring new places when you are not aware. I mean, when you are not aware of what the future or what those places are holding on for you, but you are willing to explore. You are willing to explore to meet new people, connect connect with their emotions, with their adventures, with their cosmovision, with the cosmovision and spirituality too. I mean, because it's really those are really main spots in our lives, in every life. I mean, in my life too. So going to Asia is like, I mean, getting to another world, getting to another world, and to explore what kind of what kind of eyes they have towards life and their philosophy.
Yeah. And if you're speaking about their philosophy, one beautiful thing about their philosophy that I haven't seen in anywhere else is how they look at living beings, whether you're a human, a cow, a monkey, a bug. They perceive you so differently. Like, let's say this: if there is a dog walking on the streets of Mexico and let the dog walk, or will a lot of people keep driving and maybe hit the dog and nobody cares? If it's a busy road, let's say a fast road, people don't really stop. It's like they expect the dog to move. In India, they will stop. In India, the life of every being comes before your needs to get from somewhere in your car, for example. You really feel it. Um, wish we could take some of their view about living beings, all of us human beings, really.
I want to ask you this because it was crossing my mind. I had this idea, well, this question, and running and spinning around.
Okay.
And what was happening internally when you decided to trip trip around Asia and by yourself. I mean, being alone, being alone, and using your own resources, and gaining
Okay.
experience and lessons. I mean, gaining wisdom.
Okay, so one of the biggest things that I can give you, I think everyone could feel it. We have always grandmothers, there's this old saying that they used to say, trust your gut feeling, you know? And it's a saying that people don't really understand. And I think the best way to understand this statement of trust your gut feelings is when you travel alone. Safe. Where are you going to eat? When are you going to eat? What are you going to do today? With who are you going to travel? From which street are you going to walk? All of a sudden, you're feeling internally, your body is telling you, like you can almost sense, like at night, you are walking the street, and all of a sudden, you look at the street to your right, and your body is telling you, don't go in there. I don't know what is over there, but there is something in my body that understands that there is a situation over there, or the potential for the situation that you should not face. which is dangerous. And it's more than this. It's even fuck me, I don't have an example for you. But basically, when you travel alone, it's the only moment in life for me that I've ever felt the freedom, true freedom from internal habits, from internal routines. Every day is a mystery. Every day is an adventure. And it's something that I really think everyone should go through in their life, especially when they are young, because life is complicated and life is going to get tougher as you grow older more and more. So it's much better for you to experience some of its wonders so you can hang on when times are hard. Because if your life has been normal and boring all its life and now time is hard, then it's really hard.
So it means that the more challenges you face in life, the more you get, the more you get, I mean, safer. I mean, you get to be safer every day. I mean, as times and day go by. I mean, if you face the biggest challenges, that's when you see that you have whole potential, yeah, whole potential within yourself, and recognize those skills or yeah, those skills and attitude to face anything. That's what you got. That's what you got with those. I mean, with the decision of entering to Asia and see your. I mean, see with your own eyes and new people, new kinds of. I mean, new lifestyles and philosophy, history, and get in touch with those people.
Yeah.
And have you? I mean, is there a moment? Is there a moment that you have in your mind? I mean, that it's in your mind that it's always. I mean, very important for you. Like I don't know this. I mean, a little story from friends. If you got friends from there, and how was living or talking with them for the first time, and helping you to get in their life, in their country, in their story.
Um, Sorry about that. So I've got a good story for you. I went to celebrate a very when I went to India to celebrate this festival, which is this colorful festival where people draw powders of color on your face. I went to a very holy city, holy town called Mathura, and when I got there with an Israeli friend of mine that I met during my travels called Yaniv, and we were looking for activities to do at the same time, and we met a group of young adults. Those family, there was a sister and two brothers, and they knew like 70 words in English, barely. But with the barely that we knew, we exchanged numbers, and the day after, they took us on a motorcycle ride across the city, and they took us to their house, introduced us to their mother, they gave us food, they took us to temples, and it was very nice to see people see me, a traveler, an outsider, and they so proudly and happily invite me inside and let me in and introduce me to their culture. And it's not the first time, it's not the only time. It happened multiple times actually during my travel in India specifically. There's something very unique in Indian culture that people are so nice and warm. You really have to go to India sometime to understand it, my man, really. You should go there, you understand. By the way, my friend, I'm so sorry about this for the time, but I really have to go within a minute. Do you want to say anything else?
Okay, and tell us, okay, for closure, I mean, just to finish the conversation, what are your expectations on YouTube? How do you want people to get into your work, into your, I mean, your creations, I mean, your contents about your
How can people,
job as as content creator.
are you asking how people can find my content?
Yeah, yeah. As how they found you, but what? How do you want them? How do you want them to see your work?
Ah,
The impression. What's the
okay.
impression that you want to cause on people with your
I
content?
want people to look at me and see. Oh, that's a good question. I think the thing that I want people to see the most within my content is the story of transformation of the individual that I am and the wonders and challenges that I go through within them. I don't think that I specifically am an interesting person. I know that I am, but I'm not like I don't record myself as an interesting person. It's more of a I think each and every one of us have got a story that is so fascinating that imagine for yourself, what if there was a Mexican crew that could record your life from this day onward of your victory on your challenges? This will be an interesting movie, right? So I did it for myself. I wanted to see the world and I wanted to show people me, the human side of me, so they can see themselves within me and maybe face some of their challenges and under greatest desire is that people will see my content and become wiser and ask more questions and laugh and will want to travel and challenge themselves just as much as I am. There, that's an answer.
It's a really good answer, and it was really easy for you to define your purpose for social media, especially on YouTube. I mean, YouTube is a really novel platform and a way to show to the whole world your reality, your essence, the human insight, like you said before.
Yeah.
And also given given our lives the sense as a wise sense of living, a wise sense of understanding other people, other cultures, other lifestyles, and ways to see life. And this is a real novel work for you. I mean, this is a really beautiful experience, a really beautiful decision and activity too.
Yeah.
I'm very
Hey
proud
man,
of your person.
great by the way. We've been talking back and forth for a long time about this and it finally happened, eh?
It's
Andrew,
now it has happened. Now it happened.
now it has happened. And keep in touch with me, man. It was very nice.
Yeah, we will keep in touch, and I'm gonna give the closure for this encounter. But I was really glad to be able and talk to you about your work and about, I mean, getting to know you, getting to know about you as a person and as a person who loves his passion, who is really in touch with his passion too.
Thank you. So just before I go, I'll just say real quick, if anyone is watching and they want to watch my content, look me up on YouTube. My name is Gal Hefer. You pronounce it as Galhefer. Go watch my content. You'll love it. And welcome to the family.
All
Well,
right.
my
You
I'll
have heard God. go and watch his social media and see his recent contents. You will love them, and you're going to learn a lot about life and about countries with him. So thank you for listening to him and paying attention to his story of life.
Is
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
yo, my friend, was great. I'll talk with you at some point in life. Keep in touch.
Yeah, so well, this is not the end. This is not the end. So goodbye for
Yeah.
now. Good night. Good night.